Esperanza TV presents Taste and See. The story for today: an answered prayer.
My name is Marvin Luna and I live in Columbus, Ohio. In 2015, I started a small residential and commercial cleaning business. At first, it wasn't easy, but every day I prayed for God to guide me on this path. One day, I was reading a verse in 1 John chapter 1, verse 1, and it says that what we have seen, what we have heard, what we have touched, that's what we proclaim. So one day while I was talking to God, I said, Lord, I like hearing about the experiences other people share, but I also want to have my own experience, to have that God, and make it something personal. I asked God to let me experience the blessings of doing His work, both in my spiritual life and in the new business. And that's when we decided. My wife and I sat down to talk, and we were giving 5% as an offering. But one day we decided to make a pact with God and give our tithe, increasing our offering from 5 to 15%. That's when our experience with God began.
And with every business we open, we always increase our offering, because we always promised God that the more we received, the more we would give to the church.
My wife and I were already attending a church, and we were challenged to plant a new church. The pastor asked me to help him with some tasks, and we decided to support the mission, a new project. And that project is called The Great Hope. And one day, we went with the district pastor we had at the time to check out a place, because we were looking for somewhere to meet. I went to help the pastor. We signed an agreement where they were, renting us a place to meet on Sabbaths. At first, I had trouble organizing my time between work and church, but I managed to find time to do my part. One day, I sent 2 of my employees to clean a lady's house. When they finished, cleaned up, did all the work they had to do, that person calls me and says, "Hey, are you open to new clients?" That's what the person said to me, and I said yes. And I told them, well, send me everyone you've got. 5 minutes later, my phone started ringing and ringing, calls, messages. I think that day, in less than 30 minutes or maybe an hour, I had scheduled more than 40 new clients. Since we started this business, we've been able to see God's hand guiding our lives, and we were able to surpass $1 million in sales. Nowadays, thank God, we are very blessed. We have, I think, around 20 employees who work with us, and we see God's blessings every day. I truly believe, I firmly believe, that God is a God who keeps His promises. God invites us to test Him because He always has something much greater to give us than we could ever imagine. I've also been able to contribute to the growth of Gran Esperanza, which has already been operating for 3 years. It's a beautiful place where God has shown His love in our lives. I used to be happy to see people sharing their testimonies. But now, well, I rejoice, because I have experienced it personally. We've experienced it as a family, and we can see how God blesses us. One day we prayed, and God answered us with His love and faithfulness. Test and see.
Now let us prepare to be faithful to God with our tithe and offerings.